no, 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 no.
I'm not going to pretend I know that song.
No, no. It's just no's.
Well, that I picked up on, yes.
I have no rhythm.
I mean, is it a song that exists?
Da, 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 da. Go, go. No, no.
Did you make it up?
Da, 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 da.
I can see my forehead line really bad when my hair's up.
It's really just that you're raising your eyebrows and
But look,
questioning my
You see it right
sanity.
here, right?
I see things because you pointed them out.
But you see the line.
A little bit. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Your sunspot.
My, whatever it is. Maybe I should go put some more makeup on it.
Just slather it on there. You know, none of my pretty moles show up on here.
This one can never.
Well, the thing is, we
I
never
can't
turn our
do the
head, and I'm
backward
like,
thing.
I have a great profile. Look at this.
This
mole.
one shows a little, but I rarely turn my head that far. This one you can see.
That one shows. Hello, look at that pretty little mole.
Hello, Dubose mole.
Dubose mole. Your
I
nephew
just-
has it.
We all have it.
Everybody?
Me, Megan, my mom.
You
Can't
can
remember if
tell
my
all
dad
of your
has-
family's names?
I just told my last name, and I think I've managed to not say it.
We're just going to roll right into that. Over it.
Till now.
Over.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Hello, everyone. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Clairissa. And we're
Royal Malarkey.
Welcome to episode 28.
Uncut.
Louis V.
Louis
Alphonse. The last
de France.
Carolingian.
The ultimate. Last week was the penultimate.
This is the ultimate.
This is the ultimate.
Ooh, it's like a wrestler show. We didn't even
The
do it.
ultimate Carolingian.
The ultimate last of the dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
He was born in the 900s. Welcome back, everyone.
So just a short recap for you. Last week, we told you about Lothair, the third or fourth of France.
Mm-hmm.
He is most known for turning the bronze eagle from the Eastern Franks that had it facing them to face the Eastern Franks after invading.
He's best known for passive aggression.
Yes.
Passive aggressively turning the eagle.
Turning an eagle in a bit of a school prank.
Mm-hmm.
And his next best notably known for is...
He is notably known
for dying unexpectedly.
whilst likely,
We hope.
although unestablished,
Very unestablished because we have no idea.
because we made it up, but probably he was probably hunting.
Very likely. We like to believe.
So his eldest son, Louis V is who we'll be talking about today,
Mm-hmm.
with his wife, Queen Emily. Just kidding, Emma. What?
I believe his wife is Adelaide.
No, his Lothair's wife,
Is that what you were saying?
the
Oh, you were
eldest son.
Of Lothair and Queen Emma. Catching up. There. That was a full circle. Things.
Yeah, you just totally threw us off track. I'm gonna have some wine.
Good idea.
So Louis V, the eldest son, like we mentioned last week, was born in 966. He is also known very reminiscently of his Merovingian predecessors, Louis the Do-Nothing, Louis la Feignant, meaning the Do-Nothing king.
Yes.
So he...
It's also called indolent or sluggard. Do you know what indolent means?
No.
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah. So he only ruled for a year.
Indolent, wanting to avoid activity or exertion. Lazy. I like that. I need to add that to my dictionary.
You're
an indolent.
I believe it's an adjective, not a noun.
I don't know how to rephrase that correctly.
You are indolent?
They were indolent and addicted to the life of pleasure. I didn't come up with that.
I could tell by
Dictionary.
the way you read it out loud.
Wait, I read out loud?
What is happening
with
you right now?
I don't know.
Did you smoke some pot on your way here today?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did.
Anyway, what were you going to tell us next?
He was born in 966, and then as we talked about last week, Lothair died in... When did he die?
987.
987, so he became king. Oh, but before that we have things. Before he becomes king, we have a few things to talk about, right?
We do. Mm-hmm.
So he was born in 966, and then I think you told us last week too, he claimed a role in ruling.
So he actually reigned from his co-kingly seat in Aquitaine from 979 to 987. His father crowned him king over Aquitaine in an effort. I think last week I said Lotharingia. I meant Aquitaine.
The whole time last week we were talking about Lotharingia, you meant Aquitaine?
When I talked about his son getting married and trying to like hold power in Lotharingia, that was incorrect.
Oh,
a very small bit towards
the end. It all fit in so nicely with the entire Lotharingia story.
And here I am to ruin everything.
All right, we gotta do the song.
Do, do, do. Correction Avenue. Ba, ba, da, da. Do, 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 do. Bam. Wow.
Okay.
Song's over. And I have been corrected.
Yeah. Anyway, so were you telling us something relevant to Aquitaine?
I can tell you all about it.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
When he was 15 years old, his father was trying to hold power in Aquitaine, not Lotharingia. So he arranged Louis's marriage to a powerful and influential woman, Adelaide Blanche of Anjou. And she was already married twice before she married the young.
Yeah, that's right.
The young Louis.
Look
the
how
Fifth.
young he is.
Look at him, he's a little kid. There's no hair on his face yet.
No.
At one point, wasn't it like described as feathers in a Roman description of one of the Merovingian kings?
Oh, that love letter thing?
Yeah. Ages ago.
Yeah, that's been a minute.
So now I would like to tell you a bit about Adelaide.
Please do.
Yes. So her first husband was a very powerful count in eastern Aquitaine, whom she had married at the age of 15 when he was much, much older. And together they had 3 sons. When her first husband died in about 960, she got to rule the lands over in Aquitaine. So her first marriage at 15, he dies.
15.
Yes, she was 15. He was much older. He dies, and she gets to take over and rule the land.
She did?
Mm-hmm. Her sons were young. So she got to hold the power in a huge portion of Aquitaine when she was very young. So
her sons were younger and she ruled at 15?
She was she had 3 sons with him, so she's probably 18 or 20 at that point.
Okay.
We don't know that much about her, but this is what I do know. So she married her second husband in 979, and he died less than 3 years being married.
So she's killing them.
Kid. I think so. Or she marries
Poison.
old men on purpose.
She's a gold digger.
She's a bit of a gold digger. and a bit of a guarantee for babies. So in 982, what?
How was she a guarantee for babies?
She's already had 4 with her first 2 between her first 2 husbands.
So you meant a guarantee when she marries Louis?
Because back then they thought any issue with being able to have kids was 100% on the woman, and the men had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I thought you meant a guarantee for kids when she married the first one, and I'm like, how? But
no.
You mean when she married Louis, she already had kids, so she was a guarantee that
she's got a reputation. She's gained quite a bit of wealth and influence from the first 2 husbands and have proven her birthingness.
Birthingness.
That's a thing. By already having 4 children.
Fertility, I think, is what
that's a better one.
Okay.
Yeah. So in 982, she was wed to Louis V when he was 15 and she 40. Yeah. Let that settle in for a second. And
25-year difference?
In case you didn't notice, it's really because she had all this power, wealth, and influence, and hey, we'll definitely have a grandkid to continue the throne. That's why her dad, or her,
we're going to definitely have a grandkid, as in she's fertile, so they're going to have one, not that one of her existing ones.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that is why the marriage was arranged, even though there's a...
Who's arranging it? Oh, the dad. Lothair.
Lothair arranged it. So they were crowned together, king and queen of Aquitaine, and their marriage was supposed to save the Carolingians' power and give them a fighting chance to face the other rivaling nobles, like the Robertians, the ones that had that brief stint on the throne and broke up the Carolingians, and we kept thinking it was the end of the line, and then we kept being wrong every episode. Yeah, we don't like talking about how we're wrong all the time. Unfortunately, you could not have picked a worse couple to pair up. They could not peacefully live together. I feel like it might have something to do with the age difference.
Yeah, maybe she's used to being the super young one, and so when she marries a super young one, she's like, she doesn't like the change in dynamic.
It means he's going to outlive me, and then he's going to gain all my power. Yeah, I don't like it that way.
This got turned on me.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that he was still a teenager and acted like it, and, wasn't super into her in any way.
Not interested in the old stock.
Right. So, according to Ricaurus, a French monk historian, Caitlin, tell us a little bit about this.
They had, I have this in front of me, so I'm going to read it there.
Oh, good.
They had, and I quote, almost no conjugal love because Louis had barely reached puberty, and I don't think that stops any boys who have reached puberty. And Adelaide was old.
They're just completely not attracted to her, maybe?
Lost my
there was
only incompatibility and disagreements between them. They did not share a common bedroom as they could not bear it. And when they had to travel, each took a separate residence, and when they were forced to talk, their conversations were in open air and were not very long, but only lasted a few words. They lived this way for 2 years.
That's it? What?
I'm just making sure mine matches yours.
Yeah.
They lived this way for 2 years until they obtained the divorce for their opposing characters. Louis, who did not have a tutor, indulged himself in all sorts of frivolity due to his young age.
Frivolity. It's a good reason to get divorced.
He's too frivolous for me.
Too frivolous. Also, who paired them? What a terrible idea, Lothair. Just to try to get some power. It definitely backfired on him. And after 2 years, as she said, of barely tolerating each other, she convinced him to take a trip near her family town. When he wasn't looking, she basically jumped off the marriage bandwagon and obtained that.
She ran. She was like, if I run away, we're not married anymore.
It's totally fine. And since the marriage was childless, everyone was totally fine to have it annulled. And so Adelaide was then free to marry 2 more times.
Did she like either of them, or were they all...
Well, I know that the next husband was the guy that she ran into ran into the arms of, while leaving Louis V.
Is he older?
I hope so.
I mean, I get it.
And I wonder if she killed him. I mean, and in theory, Louis lucked out because he got it annulled as opposed to death.
Sure. Didn't happen that often back then.
But I guess because she wasn't able to have a baby with him, like, she probably wouldn't be able to hold on to power.
Conjugal love.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just saying.
So, Lothaire dies, right?
Yes.
March 2nd, 986. So he became king of the Franks.
And after his dad died, Louis inherited a court that was split between two main modes of thought. His mother, who wanted to make peace with the Eastern Franks, whom she was related to. And
Emma
the
of
nobles.
Italy.
And Italy, yes.
Emma of Italy. That was her name. Right?
Yes.
His mother.
It
you
took
said
me a
his
second.
mother.
Yes.
Okay.
His mother. And she was very connected to the Eastern Franks because Italy was a good portion of Eastern Francia. So some of the nobles who rather enjoyed all of the wars, wanted to continue Lothaire's policies of the fighting. So one side, his mom wants to make peace, and the other side, the nobles, obvi, want to fight.
Obvi.
At first, she seemed to have won the debate, and then she was kind of kicked out. So were her supporters, and they were all due to settle things at court one day and kind of hash it out and figure out what was going to happen.
Like, everybody meet up. We are resolving this.
We're going to decide.
We are not leaving this room until we make a decision.
Yeah, we're either friends with the Franks, the Easterners, or not. And
except someone decided to do what, Clairissa?
Died just like his father, rather unexpectedly.
He went on a fucking hunting trip.
He
went my
on
French.
a hunting trip. And just like every other Frankish king, fell off his horse and died.
May 21st, 987.
Around 20 years old.
Yes, he was buried at the Abbey of Saint Corneille in Compiègne. And since he was only 20 and he did not share in conjugal love with his wife, he died childless.
Yep.
So, do you remember Hugh?
We told you a little about him last week.
Hugh Capet.
He's making a big name for himself in all those wars I didn't want to talk about.
Swiftly cut down the Carolingian Dynasty for good.
Mm-hmm. We mean it this time.
We would bet money on it today.
We would.
Okay. So he becomes the next king of the House of Capet.
Yep.
Which we will talk about next week.
We have a new dynasty finally.
Yes.
When Hugh is elected to the Western Frankish throne.
Yep. So stay tuned for that, because we stay at the house. We stay at the House of Capet for a while.
Nice. Look at that rhyming.
Mm-hmm.
So, real quick, now that we're sort of at the end of the show, we have a little bit of an announcement.
We do. However, before we do that, what's on the screen?
This is our next relevant tidbit. You okay there?
I just thought it was something else.
Huh. It's not. It's that.
Okay. Is that what you showed me?
Yes. You okay over there? Promise.
Okay.
I promise.
I'm ready.
She's good. So we have a bit of an announcement, everybody.
We do. You can loop me in there if you want.
Well, that's true. I'm pregnant.
Yay!
My husband and I are very excited. We're going to meet Ryan on a story time
One of these days.
November.
November 1st.
Yeah, November 1st. You'll see him. This is our first baby. We're really pumped.
Mm-hmm.
We're not totally planning it, but it's exciting.
But here we are, and we're happy.
Yeah. I mean, you can only be together for like 13 years and not have a kid for so long. That doesn't make sense. I think my brain isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that
Called pregnancy brain.
the words don't.
Anyway, so we are telling all of you people.
Hi, people.
Because we're going to be making a few changes.
Just a few. Don't worry about it. Everything will be okay.
We'll
We'll
still
make
be
some
here,
adjustments. We're going to be here.
but just over the next couple months, we'll be
Telling you a little bit more about it.
we'll be dropping some
Mm-hmm.
info on you about the changes to come in light of the news.
Yes, we for sure will. So, in light of the news, because I can't come up with anything else because you just said it and I have pregnancy brain, this week's relevant tidbit, because we completed the 12 medieval things.
trends.
Thank you.
Mhm.
This week, we're going to talk medieval parenting advice. Right on the nose, eh? And
That at the
Today's
top. That's what
topic-
I was looking for, and I wasn't looking at the top. I was looking where it says religious.
duties.
That is not how you spell duties.
Fantastic.
Did you type that?
Yep.
Okay, that's no. All right. And how not to laugh. Okay. I'm like, is that supposed to be deities?
And here I am thinking that I'm brilliant and it's not spelled correctly.
I'm looking at it. Hey, I didn't see the stuff at the top because I was so focused on religious
duties.
duties.
Duties?
What am I thought we were talking about parenting things.
Oh, that was that whole
That's
bit.
what threw me. It threw me so bad.
What are we announcing? Wait a 2nd. What?
All right. So
From
religious
medieval-
duties,
Duties.
which is not what that says, and how not to laugh.
From medievallist.net by Danielle Kubalski, possibly.
Looks close enough.
It's close. Anyway.
Okay. So for
Relevant tidbit time.
For as long as there have been children, there has been parental advice. This week, let's take 5 minutes to look at 2 Middle English texts that deal with advice. Number 1, how the good wife taught her daughter, and how the good man taught his sons.
I think I know what parenting books I'll be buying.
Both can be found in Eve Salisbury's excellent compilation, The Trials and Joys of Marriage. Both of these texts were copied multiple times over more than 100 years, which means that people thought they were worth the long labor of copying. So what kind of advice would parents give their children in the 14th and 15th century?
We're about to find out.
Buckle up, folks. For both the daughter and the son, there is, first and last, an emphasis on observing religious duties, not duties. Duties. Meant to help.
Oh, the E.
Okay, we're there now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not how you spell duties. Okay. Meant to help the children find both protection and comfort in faith. Children are encouraged to go to church and to pay their tithes. How are children paying tithes?
No idea.
So that they may be blessed. Bringing up faith both first and last is pretty common in many Western medieval texts, from stories to poems, and it sets the stage here for the type of behavior expected. In terms of good behavior, the daughter and son are encouraged to be moderate, not hasty, and definitely not to laugh too loudly. Fuck, we failed there.
But we failed.
You and I.
Yes. Oh no. Keep reading.
The good man says, "Laugh not too much, for that is waste." Laugh not too much, for that is waste. Oh, I interpreted it well.
You did. It's written in like Old English
Yeah.
first, and then it's interpreted. And
you
killed it.
Okay, thank you. And the good wife mentions laughing too loudly in the same breath as looking ugly and behaving like a gyglot.
We're ugly?
Apparently, we're ugly when we laugh.
It's so mean.
The daughter is told to avoid gossip and the son to be careful with his words.
You missed a bit.
Where? The guy glot.
The guy glot.
The guy glot, which Salisbury translates here to a loose woman. We're teaching children not to be a loose...
Not to laugh too loudly because it looks like you're a loose woman. So not only are we ugly...
We're loose.
We're loose and I'm pregnant.
I mean, you are pregnant.
Looking at the word...
Oh, you're going to do it.
Oh,
go ahead.
Looking at the word, you can see its resemblance to our modern gigolo.
Yeah.
And then the daughter...
Which is a man.
Yeah.
The daughter is told to avoid gossip and the son to be careful with his words.
That's it. Women, don't laugh too much.
So, are you taking notes?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wrote all that down.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, technically,
it's in
our notes.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys.
So stay tuned for some
possible changes,
announcements over the next several months.
Yep.
Of what you can expect to see in light of Clairissa screwing everything up.
Yeah.
But we'll have to make some time adjustments.
Yep.
So, anywho, thanks for listening.
Thanks. Always so happy to hear you. Hope you learned something today.
We'll be
Knock neek.
Okay.
Back next week.
Yeah, I was going to try to... Okay. We'll be back next week with Hugh Capet and the House of Capet.
You can find us at
Malarkey.com.
Check out our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube today at a Version TV network, where you should definitely hit that subscribe and like button.
Hit it.
We always put our questions in the comments, so please leave us a comment, answer our questions.
Feel free to congratulate me.
Yeah. And if you are a steadfast podcast listener and you're listening to audio only, please leave us a rate and review on iTunes so that we can keep them coming.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next week.
Toodles.